Hey guys, I'm finally back to do my contour video. I am going to just be doing this half of the face. As you can see, this half is already done. I hope you can see it in the video anyway. So if I turn, you can tell that there's much more definition on this side, and this side is kind of just flat. I do have on my foundation and that's it. So looking straight on, you should be able to tell, there is some contour to the cheek area, the forehead for sure. The highlight areas are my cheek, my nose, and I did half of my Cupid's bow and half of my nose, so you can kind of just see. So I wanted to do half of the face to just keep this a little shorter video. This is a very long process. I'm going to be doing cream contour and powder contour. Please keep in mind that you do not need to do both. You can do just cream if you are dry. You can do just powder if you're more oily. Or you can just do powder because that's more of a natural day-to-day look. That's what I typically do. I just do a quick powder contour. I don't chisel it out, but I wanted to show you guys the full gamut of contouring so that you can really pick and choose what's gonna work for you. So let's get started. I'm going to first start with, sorry, I gotta grab my compact. Okay, so I'm gonna first get started with the Morphe Brushes contour palette. I am going to be using mainly this color right here. I'm pretty fair, so for me, this color is dark enough. You just want to go 4 to 5 shades darker than your natural color or your concealer or foundation color. So, and then for highlight, you want to go lighter, but I don't use this palette, but I could use this. But you do want to go lighter, and I'll show you what I use for the highlight areas. So, and I'm going to use this brush. It is the the Morphe M335 brush. It's just a very small kabuki brush. It's very easy for me to get where I need to with this and just keep it, right where I like it. So with this, I like to kind of go from my top of my ear to my corner of my mouth like this, and that's where I like to do my contour. I do mine a little higher than some people say to keep it in this area, but I go a little higher just to keep to make my cheekbone more pronounced. The whole point of contouring is that you're going to make the areas on your face that you want to pop look bigger. Like I want to have bigger cheekbones, so that's going to be the lighter area, and then you put the dark underneath it to make it look like your cheekbone is so big that it's casting a shadow down. And then the areas that you want to diminish, like if you want to make your nose smaller, which I'll show you in a minute, you make those areas darker. So we're going to deposit as much color as possible up by the ear. You do want to go into your hairline, even into your ear a little bit, just so that you can blend it out and make it look more natural. And then as you can see, I'm going to get lighter with my stroke as I get to here, and I stop right there because that's where I would want my cheekbone to stop. This is my cheek, this is my cheekbone. So you want to just go right at the end of your cheekbone right there. Okay, so that's it for that area. And then I do come to my jawline and I do this very light because you don't want to look like you have an orange stripe on your chin. And I am going to be looking down some because I have a mirror down here. So if I'm looking down, that's why. And then I do pull this down, and then I pull it into a V right here. So this area you want to, if you choose to do your neck, some people do not, just pull this into here. And like I said, this is not something that I do on a daily basis. I usually just take my bronzer and, kind of shade these areas lightly with my, whatever bronzer color I'm using that day. But I wanted to show you everything you can do since I've had so many requests for contour. Contours really was created for editorial and TV to make people so they don't look flat on television and in a magazine and a photo, but it's really become popular in day-to-day, which I happen to think it's a lot for day-to-day. I only really do this if I'm going out, if I'm doing, family photos, if I'm doing videos, things of this nature. But for day-to-day, it's a lot, and it's very time consuming. Okay, so as you can see, I took this and I just squeezed this to make it very thin and went on the very edge of my nose. So that's gonna make my nose look smaller. And I just taper it down. And then I do come right here because my nose kind of points down right here, and I don't like that. So we just pull that down a little. And then you're gonna go into the temple. This is going to make your forehead look smaller. If you want, you can pull this down as far as you like. If you have a really big forehead and you want to make it really small, you pull this down further. But for me, I just do it in the temple and then kind of across. This is called creating a helmet. I've already done it on this side, so I'm just connecting it. And then pull it down. As you can see, it gets lighter. So darker and then lighter. Okay, and that's it for dark areas. I did under here because it makes your bottom lip look larger. Okay, then for light areas, I just use my, oh goodness, I'm sorry. I had not decided if I wanted to film or not today, so sorry. Okay, and then I decided, you know what, I'll just have my face and forgot to get the rest of my stuff out. I'm just using the Naked Skin by Urban Decay Concealer in Light Warm, and I'm going to come down the center of my nose. This is going to highlight the nose area, the top of my cheekbone again, because that's the area I want to look larger. Under my eyes, I don't go right under my eyes where I have wrinkles because it settles, and I use just a primer in that area. And then this area, chin, right here, and right here. Some people make like a flower on their forehead. I just put some lines. Or a star. I don't do all the design stuff. Okay, so that's it. And then you're going to take, to do the light areas, I use a damp beauty blender, and you're going to just tap, 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 tap. And you really, really have to tap, 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 tap. Do not wipe this because it's going to then move everything from where you want to keep it where you put it. The reason I use a damp beauty blender is because it picks up any excess product that I may not need. This is going to be a little difficult because I have half my face done, so try not to mess up that side. You're just going to tap this out. Okay, now for the dark areas, I'm going to use that same brush. I'm going to wipe off any excess so I'm not getting any more color on there. The same M335, and just blend out those areas. And I just go back and forth, and then I'll start to do small little circles to really blend it out, the edges. So as you can see, it's there, but it's blended. And then when we go over it with powder, we'll use more of a gray color. Okay, I'm gonna go into my bigger, well, let me do this small area. And then I'm gonna use a bigger brush to really blend. Here it is. It's the Morphe, I think it's the G2. It's starting to come off, but it's just a tapered kabuki brush. And it's just a little bigger, so it's easier to blend out everything. You really want to blend on your neck. You don't want to be walking around with an orange or a brown stripe on your neck. So I bring it way back here because I don't have any hair back there to color, or to cover it, I mean. Just really blend, blend, blend. And then up here. Okay, so as you can see, this kind of looks like it disappeared, but it didn't. I mean, you can see it, but we're going to go over it with, and this is kind of a more of a warm color than I normally would use, but I'm out of my darker concealer. I prefer to use a cool concealer to contour, which I think is best for anybody, because then you can really make it look like a shadow instead of like a bronze that you just kind of put everywhere. But you know, this works too. Okay, I'm gonna use the M438 brush and the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to be using, let's see if I can hold this color and this color to do the light areas. Just a little bit of that middle yellow, mostly the one that you can see I use a lot because I'm hitting pan on it, but this on the light areas, and then just lightly on the forehead because I do tend to get a little creasing up there on this area. Anywhere that you put the light color, you want this. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with, this is the Morphe G5. It's a larger kabuki, and I'm going to pick up this color and a touch of this color to do the darker areas. This is when you'll really be able to notice, because this has the gray undertone like I talked about. And then I just hit off all the excess and just kind of blend it. Same up here, pick up more product, come up here. And then take it off and blend, 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 blend. Blending is key with contour. You do not want to look like a crazy person walking around with, you know, big stripes all over your face. Just making sure I'm all blended. Okay. And then I just take a big powder brush with nothing on it and kind of go in between these two in the lighter areas, again, just to clean up those corner or those edges and make sure that everything is nicely blended. Okay, now we do the blush. So as you can see, I'm nice and contoured, but it looks really choppy, okay? This side looks blended and put together. That's because I have blush and highlighter. So the blush and highlighter is gonna really pull all of these areas together. So if I can get it open, I'm using the Park Ave Princess by Tarte. It has a highlight, a blush, and a bronzer. I'm just gonna be using the highlight in this color. I mean, in this palette. Actually, I don't even think I put blush on this side. I think I forgot. So we'll do that too. So just the highlight pulls it together, but the blush really finishes it off. You'll see. Okay, highlight, the same areas. Actually, you're not going to do all the areas, just your cheekbone. Make sure to keep this on your cheekbone, like high on your cheekbone. And then this area, just right above the arch of your eyebrow, just a little bit. Your nose, I do my nose with my finger because if I do it with the brush, it just kind of gets everywhere. I love this highlight because it's very natural. It's not too gold. It's just super natural. Okay, and you keep it split, and then I just take whatever's left over on the brush, which shouldn't be much, and do my chin and my forehead. But if you're super oily, you won't want to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Milani Romantic Rose blush. One of my favorites. This was in a favorites video recently. And my blush brush is over here. This is the Morphe M527. I love this. I got it in this new thing that they're doing where you get like 3 brushes a month for 20 bucks. Oh, love it. And just on the apples of your cheek. I love this color because it's so natural, but like has a little bit of a mauve-y purple undertone. Okay, guys, that's it. So, too easy. You see how fast you can do it if you really, you know, get used to it. I will sometimes take, and I'm going to do that real quick just to show you this product because I love it. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. I love this stuff because it really just sets and blends everything without changing anything. It doesn't change the color. Again, on that big powder brush, the Morphe E3. And I'm just going to really just hit everything with this. And it's just going to pull it all together, do a little extra set, and help everything just stay in place. And especially on my neck, it's really going to blend all of this mess together. Not that it's a mess, but you know, you really want to make sure your neck is blended so you're not walking around with an orange stripe. Blend, 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 blend. Okay, that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, anything that you want to see, please comment down below. Give me a thumbs up and please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.